Well, it's Christmas Eve today. Welcome back to another episode of Knock Stiff Golf. Today we're going to be talking about outcome versus process. Today we're going to be talking, like I said, about outcome versus process. A lot of the information today is going to be coming from an article by Jim Taylor titled "In Sports, Results Matter, but to get them, ignore them." So this whole topic stemmed from me running into a friend, and we were talking about putting and how we were doing simple tasks like throwing something into a trash can or playing catch with somebody or bowling or any of these things, and they're much more physically challenging than rolling a putt. Yet you make those, I would say, a higher percentage than you do a 5-foot putt. And why is that? Why is throwing a ball so much easier to somebody than a 5-foot putt? And I think that all comes down to the outcome versus process thinking that we have. So first we need to define outcome and process. An outcome focus involves focusing on results, rankings, and beating others. This is a focus that are things outside of you. A process focus involves focusing on what you needed to do to perform your best, such as preparation, technique, or tactics. Focus is entirely on you. When you're thinking about it like this, how many times are you looking at a trash can with a piece of trash in your hand? Are you worried about what if it doesn't go in? Or are you going to be in trouble? Are you going to lose the game that you're not even playing? Whatever it is, you're never really thinking about the results. It's never, if I miss this, I have to clean up. You're literally just going through the process of looking at the target and throwing whatever that is into the trash. And surprisingly, we are somehow ingrained with the ability to look at targets and hit them. I don't know if it's an evolutionary trait where it goes back to throwing spears for hunting, or if it's something that we learn because obviously hand-eye coordination is better in some than others. But how many times are you out there with friends standing over a 5-foot putt and you're frustrated because maybe they didn't give it to you and you thought, this is inside what you normally can pick up. And if you miss this, then you have the chance of a 3-putt. If you blow it by 3 feet, then it's going to make a challenging putt coming back. There's so many variables that are going on in your head for putting that it's very easy to get focused on the results. This applies to much more than just putting in golf. This applies to your whole round and every shot that's involved in it. Is when you're getting focused on the outcome, you're much less likely to achieve that when you're focused on that. And that sounds odd, but how many times have you thought to yourself, going out and around, I'm gonna shoot 79 or 89 or 99, and you start off with a triple bogey, and then all of a sudden you start thinking about how many strokes you need to make up to get to that score that you have put in your head. That's pretty common in most golfers. Most golfers that I talk to suffer from that all the time, and even myself, is you need to get down to one shot at a time. It's the classic saying that the only shot that matters is the next shot. So you have to forget the past, forget the future, and just stay focused on what's at hand. There's plenty of different ways that you were able to counteract this idea of focusing on the results and getting into a process mindset by a pre-shot routine is kind of the most classic idea of how to stay focused on what you're trying to do at hand. When you stand behind the ball, whether you're putting, chipping, full swing, whatever it is what is your process? And is it the same for every shot? Are you picking out a target, or are you thinking don't hit it in the rough? Are you stepping up to the ball and thinking 13 swing thoughts, or are you thinking about one? You need to figure out what works for you, and you need to have it down to whatever that time frame is, and you need to practice that, rehearse it, even on the range, because you need to be consistent, and this is something you can always fall back on when you start getting into a kind of a results-based mindset. All of us can relate to being on the range and being a range all-star, and we're out there hitting shots wherever we want. We're bombing all our drives, we're hitting wedges close to the flag sticks, and when we get on the course, it falls apart. I'm guilty of this. I've always thought of myself as a great range player, which is absolutely useless, but it's because there's no consequences out there on the range. You're hitting balls, and if you miss your target, you don't pay any price for that. You just tee up another ball and you go again. And so it's getting into that process mindset and forgetting the outcome more often. So I hope this kind of allows you to take this to the course, start thinking about a routine, start getting out of your head about results and focus more on the process of what you're doing. And if you can do that, I can guarantee you'll be putting together better shots more often. And if you're doing that, your scores are gonna come down. This is something that I need to practice just as much as anybody, so I need to remember, get out of my head about results and focus on the process. As always, thank you again for watching another episode of Knock Stiff Golf. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know if you guys battle with this. Let me know what you do to overcome it, and I'll see you guys next time.